Good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry. We were doing a bit of a Manchester United preview, believe it or not. And it was running late. So I hope you're all well. Welcome to the DN35 podcast. We have the best looking one here, according to many polls. And me and Youngie have also joined. We have spent me and Youngie have spent about 45 minutes together already. So if we get testy with each other at the end, you know why.
We've already talked about you being naked in bed. Now you're talking testes.
I did talk about. I don't. Yeah, go al fresco. If someone's going to break in, they're going to be terrified. Hi, John.
Looks like I've come into the right chat.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Hope as everybody's well. Say thank you. Say hello, and we'll say hello for you as well. So, good evening to Michael Jackson. Not that one. Good evening to Steve Dimberline. In fact, we'll try, because Youngie's there, I can probably put the chat. There we go. So you can now put your offensive comments up there for journalists to look at. So if you are a journalist listening to this and coming to Blundell Park this week to patronize us about having a roof on our ground, etc., it's Blundell Park, not Blundell Park. Yes, we know it's in Cleethorpes, but Manchester United's ground is in Salford as well, or Trafford, or wherever it is, not in the city of Manchester. It's the same thing. And we hold the record attendance at Old Trafford too. So there we go. Does that help? We'll also do the draw for the tickets that Pete has kindly given from 3Q. We'll do it at the end, though, like every annoying radio show does. So you're going to have to listen to all of this. And if you've never listened to us, we do this every Sunday at 8 because we don't have friends like Andrew. And so we continue to talk crap. And we'll be talking mostly about Grimsby Town 1, Accrington Stanley 1. But John is here. John, how are you? You watched the game. Did you enjoy it? Have you got much planned for the bank holiday weekend? Bruce isn't here because there's apparently 3 music conference festivals going on this week.
Yeah, Bruce is sort of Mrs. Doubtfiring his way across various music festivals in the Cleethorpes area. Well, the bank holiday weekend's almost gone, isn't it? And I've got no idea what I've done with it, but it's fine. I'm fine. Did I enjoy yesterday? I didn't really enjoy it, but I definitely feel a bit better about it this morning than I did about it yesterday. It was fine, wasn't it? It was a bit nothing. It was a little bit miserable. We've had better performances. I think there's still a lot of positives, so we can get into a lot of those. But there definitely are things to grumble about. But all in all, when you look at the season as a whole, unbeaten. Decent battling away performance. I think many people said that's the kind of game we lose that season, and we don't. Disappointed that we didn't win it. So I think overall, I'm still feeling pretty optimistic. Youngie, I'm on the train still, so that's all you can ask for, isn't it?
Absolutely. Chew.
I mean, it feels weird to get into the detail of this, Alex, but if you want, we can. I'm happy to, get the knife out and dissect this that 90. What was it? Minutes or no? How long was it in the end? There was 11 plus 8.
Well, people were surprised. I said that if this ref does any less than 10, 11 minutes was about right, because there seemed to be a bit between the 60th minute and 70th minute when no one played one iota of football. So I was quite happy with that. I thought the ref was really poor. I know Artell said that. He thought the Harvey Rogers thing was a penalty. To me, it's not a penalty. You can't just run into someone and then go, "I want a penalty." But we obviously are continuing our crusade of these soft penalties. We're trying to teach officials that they're not allowed, and we are going to do the honourable thing and pass the ball back to the goalkeeper. So long may that sort of moral victory continue. But I thought he was shit for both. I thought Evan Corey got cleaned out at one point at about 70 minutes. He was coming out from the far side and he got absolutely wiped out. Amal Azor got stamped up, not deliberately. He just landed on him, but that's why he went down in agony. And there was just quite a few. He was just a bit shit. He was League 2, 6 out of 10.
I've seen the comments. I'll turn my camera off so I can maybe at least sound a bit better. Yeah, it was crap. I mean, I don't know if you want to at some point chat about the their goal and the sort of slight bizarre setup for it, which was, I think, a little bit. I mean, I don't know. You can see if we had it given for us, I think we wouldn't have any complaints, would we? So he was a bit rubbish. I don't think he was as bad as we've seen though, Alex. We've had a lot worse. I think he was just a bit useless. And we got on the right side of it. We've got so many dodgy penalties already. Not that we're taking advantage of them.
Well, if they're going to be shit, you might as well try and make them shit towards you, haven't you? That's the only way you can. That's the only way you can kind of balance it. Just off topic slightly, I see Ryan North has said that the referee for Wednesday is Premiership referee Tony Harrington. So I suggest that we take him to Harrington Street, tell him we named the street after him before the game, and then let's see how honoured he feels whilst he's
absolutely
shit.
I'm sure someone here is capable of like unscrewing a Harrington Street sign somewhere to present it to him before kickoff, and just say, "Look, this is for you. We're really appreciative that you come down. We're not usually graced by referees as good as you. So if that could be that, and obviously there is a sink in there if you want to do any washing up. So it's all mod cons.
How are Premier League referees going to cope without VAR as well?
Oliver goes, he's going to be a right biased cunt. Oh, well, yeah, maybe. But look, Accrington first. Let's talk Accrington because we got a point on the road. Last year, I think we'd have said that's a good point. This year, I don't think it was good enough. I thought I feel very mean. Evan Corey scored a wonderful, poacher's goal on Tuesday night, but he had two very easy opportunities to put the ball away and didn't. I thought the fact that we played with 3 8s in the middle of the park just shows how much we missed Green. And isn't it nice to know that even after all of our technical data, we're so reliant on a Paul Hurst signing? Which who did it really rile up, Youngie? I can't remember when I put that in. Was it Mike?
I think it was Mike. I mean, I'm not sure really rile up was the word, but he definitely bit.
He definitely did bite. He bit twice, and he doesn't know how not to bite. But I'm obviously joking, but he was missed, and I think. And I think it left a bit of a gap, and Cabia cut a little bit of a lonely figure at times up front. But again, he was a man of industry, a lot of effort. We were clearly the better team, but it did in that second half. That felt very similar to a lot of halves last season, where it kind of just faded into restarts and free kicks and throw-ins, and no one really got their foot on the ball.
Yeah, what kind of disappointed me about yesterday, I know we can go back to, we had enough chances to win the game. I think if KB puts away the penalty, I think we probably go and win the game comfortably. I was disappointed with the response after they scored. I thought the game kind of went in kind of thirds, and the first third we started off quite slowly. We haven't rolled the credits, have we? Do you want to roll the credits now?
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life around there. They're going crazy. Hey, they got penalty here. There'll be fish flying about there. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! A really, really good shot. You can't mention strength of that.
It's going to be one of those shows, isn't it? Welcome to the DN35 podcast. Rob says Mike must be the glue that holds this together. Don't tell him that, Rob. But Bring It Back would have told us by now that we hadn't rolled the credits. But if anything, we're just trying to be more assertive and more professional as he forgets to unmute his mic and talk. But Youngie was talking about our draw at Accrington Stanley. Take it away.
Thank you. So I was saying, I think the game was a game of 3/3, if you like. I think we started quite slowly. They had that really good chance where they hit the post. I thought they rattled us a little bit, but once we kind of figured it out and got our foot on the ball, we looked decent. A superb delivery from Staunton for the goal, and Kabia being a proper number 9 right in the middle, in the thick of it. Nice easy tap in, thank you very much. And I thought we looked quite in control, and I think we looked into control until they scored. Really, we were hitting them on the counter attack, we were creating width. Final ball was lacking at times, but looked decent. But you're right, Alex. We definitely missed a green. I won't say green directly, but we certainly missed a green type midfielder.
Because who were we missing? Walker.
Walker, yeah. Walker didn't start the last game with Farm. Walker, Farm. Sweeney didn't play. Did he? Played Staunton. But we certainly missed a green type midfielder. I feel like someone who's helping him with the attacks. You saw it on Tuesday night against Walsall. Essentially, Green was playing as a striker on Tuesday night. He was up there all the time. He was assisting Kabia, creating real problems for their defence, and we didn't have that on Saturday. And they scored, and we still had 36 minutes in the end with all the extra time after they scored, and we didn't create a thing, did we? We didn't do anything after they scored. We kind of went flat. Substitutions didn't seem to work. And we looked a bit disjointed, and as Artel said in the post-match, kind of resorted to hoofball a little bit as well. So I think Accrington were a very stereotypical second division team, or League Two team, should I say. I don't think they'll get relegated, because I think they'll bully a lot of teams that come their way.
We've certainly played 2 teams worse, haven't we, this season?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100% we have. So I don't think they'll be probably bottom half, but I don't think there'll be a relegation fodder. And as John says, though, if somebody said to us on before Tuesday night, 4 points from your next 2 away games, you'd go, nice one, thank you very much, shake your hand on it. It just happens to be in the order that it's happened. It's probably not the most satisfying way. And Alex, you're right. Our standards are higher now, and therefore we shouldn't be settling for that. And that's a good thing. That's a positive thing.
I'm worried John's died. John, are you all right? I can't see you, so I don't know if you're here or there's probably we've had nothing but issues this afternoon with this thing. Oh, he's dead.
We killed John Gurlis. He's the most beautiful man alive.
We've lost at least 80% of our attractiveness and our sex appeal, which is the reason why John was on here, is because obviously this is going to be picked up by media outlets in the next couple of days as they prepare for the Manchester United game, and John was going to be our sex sales sort of thing. He was asked to be topless after the sort of last 45 minutes of the show. So we do apologise, and Youngie, you're going to have to get your top off.
Only after 9 o'clock.
Bruce isn't here. There's no HR.
No, we got to be careful. I wonder if Bruce might drop in on us at some point while he's watching Orphan Boy. It would be great, if we get live black and white for you from. Do
you know what? I got slightly nervous then because John just arrived back in. How are we doing, John? John joining us from Uzbekistan.
Oh God, honestly, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound great.
It never does
beautiful.
This. I don't know what it is. So I'm sorry about that, everyone. It must be me. It's not Mike that holds it together. It's me that breaks it all apart. I heard a lot of what Youngie said, and I agree with what he said. I would, we do miss a green type figure, don't we? And I think the beauty of Kabia is that he he's everywhere. So he drops deep quite a lot of the time, actually, doesn't he? Because he wants to get involved, he wants to get the ball, and he likes it at his feet rather than sort of necessarily having to play it long for him. And I think when we bought him, I think we all expected him to probably be more of that kind of player. I think he's great at leading the line. The problem is when you've not got runners going beyond him, then it does look quite isolated. Someone players as he did on Tuesday, sort of furthest forward. It was a really disappointing last 20, sort of 30 minutes of the game, wasn't it? We did just sort of fall into a lot of their traps where it was just, stop, start. I have to say, and I hate to sort of pull people out, but I really was expecting a lot more from Turi in particular, who I thought got the opportunity to start his first game, albeit in a position perhaps slightly different to the one that he maybe wants to play. But he's got his first start the week before, potentially the club's, biggest or more exciting game in terms of interest. He knows there's an injury potentially to Green, so he knows he's potentially going to get some minutes. And I just didn't think, and a game like that where you want to break a team down, you expect someone like him who's clearly got the technical ability to really step up. Now he's got quite a languid style, and I think that doesn't help when you're having a poor game. When he's having a poor game, it looks like he's a little bit disinterested. I don't buy that. I'm not saying that he is. I don't think there's an attitude problem. I just didn't think he took the opportunity to really put his style on the game, which I think actually, if you were watching that and he's on the bench, you're probably calling out for a player like that to get his foot on the ball and start to spread passes and thread balls through. And either he didn't get the opportunity or they just completely nailed him.
Do you know what? I do that, and my camera zooms in. I'm really sorry.
Jedi
it's very dramatic, but I agree. But I wonder if whether or not that's because no one is going in front of him to make those passes to. That I've seen enough in Tory, and I agree with you, John. You just pointing out I was disappointed with his contribution yesterday. That's an opportunity for him to nail down a spot and to show what he has. We've been talking about the depth, and you're not going to get many chances to impress. In fact, me and Youngie were just talking to Nathan Salt about Manchester United with that, because they've not got European games. They've only got a game or two to make an impression before they move on to the next one. So Tory had that opportunity today, and I just whether or not, because there isn't that many forward runners and you're looking towards, I wonder if Corey was meant to do that sort of role yesterday and take that Green one, because with the talents of Tory and what I've seen is, he dominated the play and dictated the play against Shrewsbury. Whether absolutely him, McEachran and Corey have all got the talent to at least 33% Kieran Green between the three of them, and so I was disappointed in that. I was disappointed there wasn't much running, and Artel made a point of talking about this in the interview. There was a lot of what I remember getting frustrated at when England lost to Iceland, where Kieran Dyer would get the ball and kind of chip just on the halfway line or a little bit into Accrington's area, would kind of chip it up in the air for someone to then chest it down. I assume waiting for then someone to run past them. But what would happen is Accrington Stanley, as Youngie said, are a big physical League Two team. If that ball's getting chipped up in the air, there's going to be two of them there to knock it away. And I thought a lot of that second half kind of just repeated that motion of somebody gets it on the halfway line, tries to chip it up to Corey, to Cabia, to whoever it may be, and then chests it down, and they've already lost the ball. But the ball sort of goes to town, and they repeat the process. Yes, handsome man in the black shirt.
Thank you. But John's probably also wearing black, and he's far better looking than I am. But Ollie Johnson makes a really good point there. That Tory looks a lot better, deeper against the less physical side. Now, I'm not sure. Yes, I agree with all the criticism of Tory yesterday, and I was too. I was really excited when I saw him in the starting 11. I've been calling for him, and he didn't kind of live up to them standards for that performance. But the defence I will give him is that, has he ever faced anything like that before? A very physical English League Two team that are not going to give him a lot of the ball. They're going to be on him all the time. Big meaty tackles, all that kind of stuff. I just wonder maybe if that wasn't the right game for him in hindsight. The other thing as well, that perhaps might be an issue is, can him and George play together realistically? Are they too similar? I don't know. We got a Lampard, our own Lampard Gerrard situation on the go. I don't know. But look,
They could just play together, Youngie. One stays, one goes.
together. One goes forward, one goes backwards. Great. No. But seriously, I think, yes, he didn't do well. We're disappointing, but he's got plenty of time to rectify that, and the lad. So all good.
Yeah, and it just shows that he's still performed brilliantly this week, and I agree with everything Artel said as well from the game. If Danny Rose is on, not only does he score that penalty, but he puts at least one of those ones that shoot across the front of the face of goal. I don't know whether or not it was just from what I could hear, but Town fans sounded quite subdued, or was it just because it's a big old open terrace for most of it? I was expecting a little bit of a party atmosphere, but they had stuff to feed off. I was surprised it was a little bit quiet, but it might not have been them. It might have been the recording.
I didn't hear much a little bit after the goal, but yeah, difficult to kind of hear, isn't it? And that's it. And also at one point, I think the commentary went from where I was watching it anyway.
It did, yeah.
The side, so there was something else, and a few times it sounded like it was underwater for a couple of minutes. So maybe not fair, but I mean, they travelled well, didn't they? Over 1,000, which is incredible. So well done. Fantastic. How much do you give a team like Accrington who just want to lump it forward and are happy to just fall over all the time and get long throws? It's not easy to cheer much around that, is it?
David Riley says, "Are you not talking about Walsall as well?" Well, David, I've got good news for you, my friend. We did a Twitter space on Wednesday night where we talked just that. We will touch on it for those of you who didn't listen. But if you don't download our podcast, which you really should, because that's where we actually make some money, you should download it for wherever you get your podcasts. And even if you won't listen here, download it anyway, and help a brother out, because we all want a jet ski. Yeah, and we have to wait for them to be found off the northeast coast before we can get one. In terms of team, I thought Christie, he made a pretty decent save at one point. I thought Warren wasn't the answer, maybe at centre back, but I think he filled a hole and he did pretty well in replacement of Tharm. Harvey Rogers, didn't see him really bursting forward as much as he has done. He seems to have been really enjoying himself at times. I thought the midfield just didn't have enough of that flexibility that we've been seeing, where what's Harvey Rogers doing there? What's McEachran doing there? And if the second Evan Corey finds that purple patch of shooting and finishing, the sky's the limit for him, because he gets into spaces and he gets into opportunities that way he can get at least one a week, which for a midfielder is pretty impressive. Oliver says, I think Rogers needs Burns on the right. They really work well together. I saw other people. Josh says Warren was standout yesterday. Thought he dealt with everything that was thrown at him and looked very comfortable as a centre back in a back four. Give the ref the assist for their goal, letting him hit it on the volley. I think that's absolutely fine. I think Artel's big problem was that he rolled it to him, but it does seem to be a bit of a loophole in football, where if someone goes down with a head injury, then they have an opportunity to just flick it in on the ball, because it changes the trajectory of the ball.
The big thing I've got the issue of it is that he clearly waves Vernon away, doesn't he? So Vernon goes towards to I guess try and contest the drop ball, and the referee just backs him off and tells him to get back, like he is taking a free kick. But it's not a free kick; it's a drop ball. So I just think he's given them a real competitive advantage there, and that's.
I think you see this a lot. You see it a lot. It's uncontested, isn't it? When the ball is in the possession of a team and there's a reason for the game to stop, so the head injury in question, then I guess the argument is that the team in possession gets the ball back. I think the problem is, it's not a drop ball. I mean, he literally you couldn't have thrown it any more perfect for him to whip a volley and to send Vernon away, which I think he does in the middle of the pitch is absolutely fine. They've got possession and it's absolutely right that it shouldn't be contested, because if we win possession back, we've gained an advantage from having a man down. I just think when you're in that area of the pitch, it's essentially a moving free kick you've given him. It was a set piece. I don't know. I mean, you know, does it have? Should he go? You know, in my five-a-side team, if that happened, you'd just kind of roll it back to your keeper and start from the back again. So I don't know if that's a better rule, but it did give him a clear advantage. It doesn't look unfair, but I can see why they had to have possession of the ball uncontested for a bit. But to sort of roll it wasn't a drop ball, was it? It was a sort of gentle bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. Aaron says the ref loved himself, thought he was as good looking as John. Can't disagree more. Can't agree more. I thought he absolutely was. Absolutely. And then, but it's still a useful point. We could have been top, which is slightly annoying, but overall, we're 1 point off top. Can't really ask for more. Bristol Rovers to come, and aren't they in a bit of trouble?
What is it about Aki keeping us off top of the league? That's twice now this
time.
year. New Year's Day was the same, wasn't it? We took the lead there and went top of the league temporarily, didn't we? And then never got that back again for the rest of the season. But that's fine. Yeah, we forget that. That's the past. But yeah, something about that bloody place, isn't there? But oh,
hello. Mike is joining us, like Bruce.
Hello.
Where are you?
I'm currently sat in a Wetherspoons because that's how my life is.
Oh, hang on. Is this the Wetherspoons that's at Thorpe Park?
Yeah. I'm just sat in a Wetherspoons, you know, dodging bottles of Budweiser and shit on the floor.
I think you find it's Witherspoons, Mike.
Fuck off with you, Witherspoons. It's Reese Witherspoons and JD Wetherspoons.
Right, Mike, you need to show us around.
Table number, Mike.
Yes.
Right, I would do, but there's lots of kids here, mate, and I ain't sitting here walking around my camera just pointing it everywhere.
But what's your table number?
Wetherspoons.
I'm not telling you my table number. You can get to the fuck if you think I'm telling you my table number. I'm stupid. I'm not that fucking stupid.
Why would you not want to? We can get you a beer. It's hard work.
Also, Mike, can you watch the language? There's kids around, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm all right. I'm all right for beer at the minute. I can cope.
Do you want a bowl of peas?
Don't. Honest to God, don't. There's somebody vaping. That's it. I'm watching somebody vaping in the Wetherspoons.
Are they indoors or outdoors? Because we can't
indoors.
Have behavior in
like they're slap bang in the middle. I mean, it's not even debatable.
How is the Doug Shack?
The Doug Shack's fine, mate. My dad is convinced that we're going to have the Vice Squad knocking on the door at some point.
Well, I don't understand why, but we are obviously. This is going to be quite a busy podcast for us, given the attention the club's going to have. And Mike has very kindly offered to sponsor the show.
Mike hasn't offered to do anything. Mike is not a willing participant in anything that transpires on this podcast.
I was gonna play the video we'd sorted, but it would have been copyrighted so fast.
It's a work of art, Alex. I must admit.
Is this really Mike? I don't know if anyone can see, but it says Mike bracket by AI.
Yeah, no, that's quite worrying, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm like the Crawley podcast.
And is AI Mike as filthy as real life Mike?
I think he is. I think he is as filthy. And if you do want filth, then do contact Mike. Slide into his DMs and say, I'm looking for a kinky weekend of caravan fun. And he will absolutely see when he can get you in, squeeze you in.
I tell you what, slide into my DMs with Oi Filthy 10% off.
Yeah, that's the code you need to put into Thorpe Park. Oi Filthy.
I think it's the real Mike. I think if you're feeding AI with everything Mike talks about, he hasn't mentioned Doug Farm once yet. And surely AI Mike would have mentioned that.
I can prove it's me. Hang on. Hello, I'm here. I'm real.
Kids there, you pervert. Turn it off. There we go.
Because AI cannot do video yet, so it's definitely Mike.
Aaron says, did Mike cause Tharm's hip injury?
Don't start. Do not start. Honestly, don't start. Someone said he got an hamstring injury at the Doug Shack. I take no liability for anything.
This might be too Grimsby for me. It's apparently Spenny that spoons. Youngie, help me out. What does spenny mean?
Expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is. I can confirm that. I was there last week. It is. It's not your general weather.
£4.15 for a pint.
It's fiver.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Mike's doing all right with his caravan reservations, isn't he?
The burger and the pint deal is £12.
Sorry, I was just ordering some. I was just ordering some chips.
To what table?
No, not for me. Father-in-law needs some chips, doesn't he? So
that's true.
You
Can
sat on the same table.
Tell us which table's that? Yeah.
Would you like a shot of Fireball?
So I'm going to tell you the table. So I'm going to tell you the table the people that were vaping at is, and I can just sit here and watch.
Yes.
Like some weird voyeur sat in the corner.
Go on. What's their number? What's their table number?
I actually can't. It would be blindingly obvious. I've just gone over to look at their table number.
You can see it from there. Your eyes aren't that bad.
Anyway, you cheered up after yesterday, Alex, you miserable bastard, about a point at Accrington.
Yeah, I just think your standards are quite low.
Well, of course they are.
And your standards can get lower at Mike's Kinky Caravans.
Is this news? I'm mates with you lot. Of course my standards are low.
No, I just thought, I think we need to look at, if you take the game, you're absolutely right. I'd have taken 4 points this week, but we'd taken 3 points at Warsaw. We'd done the hard work. You've got to be disappointed at taking a point against Accrington, who've only taken a point this season. But there's lots to learn from it, lots to take away from it. We've seen enough. We've talked about Tory in a bit of detail at the moment, where he's done enough to show that he's on the right tracks. Just wasn't the game for him. And I think that could be whether the physicality, or it could be just that there wasn't those sort of options going forward where he can spray the pass around. And we should be disappointed at getting a point. I mean, it shows how far we've come.
I agree. It was frustrating. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sat there going, well, hey, a point. But, I mean, apologies if it's repeating itself. But the thing that sort of came to me quite a bit after yesterday was I don't think there'll be many times this season we play with 3-8s or 6s or whatever you want to call them. And I think that was a bit out of necessity. I think that did limit us a bit. You know, I don't think there'll be many games you play Tory, Corey and McEachran in the same starting 11, because I think they're all very, very similar. And you've got no point of difference. And, you know, you miss Green, you miss your Walker, Gilsden and Sunset Bell to come in those 10 roles as well. So I think that's a little bit of context. But I think it was a decent enough point when you think that's 7 out of 9 over the week, with United on the horizon as well.
I think if you miss a penalty and you got a volley in the 6-yard box with an open goal missed, it doesn't matter who plays, you're disappointed. In the context of the season, it's great. You know, we're unbeaten. We're tough to beat. We can play physical. We can pass football. I think the game yesterday slightly less sour taste, and the nature of their goal as well, and the injuries. I think that's a real shame. I mean, you know, aside from the fact that the players in question have had brilliant seasons. Green and Tharma, we haven't seen a huge amount of Walker. You know, if we just take this week in isolation, I feel really sorry for them that they potentially, or some of them might potentially miss that opportunity. You know, what an amazing thing to be able to tell your grandkids, your family in years to come that you played in a game against a team like Manchester United. For them personally, I think that's a real shame, considering how, irrespective of the kind of quality that we need in a team. So I think, you know, it was just yesterday was a bit disappointing. I don't think anyone's looking at it as any sort of crisis. I think the worry potentially comes in if we don't get Green or Walker back at some point. Sorry, Ben, I don't know what's going on. I wonder if, I don't know, I was thinking yesterday, could Vernon potentially do that sort of role, play a bit further forward in midfield and get Amaluza and Burnley and have someone like Vernon play that sort of number 10 role? I'm not sure, but
I don't think he's disciplined enough. I think he would do what you needed to do going forward, but I think coming backwards and trying to, when you're out of possession, make that a 3 in midfield, which, you know, we've seen how we are vulnerable to the counter attack in transition already, and I think that would add to it. So I mean, he could do a job, but I think long term you would want somebody else in there. And it wouldn't surprise me, you know, looking at the window. It wouldn't surprise me to add a couple of bodies in that position as well, because there's a lot of games, a few players with dodgy injury records, which could, you know, Vernon and Walker, you know, if and Gilsden. If they miss a large part of the season, you are limited then. So I think we'll probably bring some in.
Oliver says we are crying out for Than Thorson on the left, especially with Vernon when Vernon doesn't start. I thought, we've got lots of good players to come back in, so we're gonna be enjoying it. And Rose came back for 10 minutes or so, which was lovely to see. Soonsup Bell doesn't sound like he's ready to start just yet, but I was on the bench, which is beautiful to see. And we have literally done 35 minutes from beginning to end on Grimsby Town v Accrington, and I think we should all be very clear. I mean, we did talk about Wetherspoons a little bit in the middle, but
I've dobbed them in.
Did you? You dobbed them in? Hang on, what?
I've dobbed them in.
You dobbed the vapors in?
Well, somebody just came and asked me. Somebody vaped, and I just looked in the direction.
Oh, your caravan's so getting
Oh, your caravan.
Oh, it's such a grass.
Oh, pass us over to those people getting, and we'll tell them it was you. Oliver's right. Mike is a grass. He's going to be Mike is a grass spray painted on his caravan by the end of the night, isn't it?
I didn't do it purposely. I just kind of looked in the direction because somebody asked. I just instinctively looked. They haven't gone over.
Your instinct was the grass. That is your instinct. That says more about you.
Just Yorkshire, innit?
Yeah, I actually don't think the bloke worked. I think it was just somebody asking me.
It's really good to know, Mike, that if you're under pressure, if there's an under pressure situation where you're being questioned.
I'm not under any pressure.
Unbreakable.
You don't want him in the trenches next to you, do you, John?
Have you seen John? When would you ever see him in a bloody trench? Look at him. He's not seen a day's hard work in his life.
Oliver Johnson says Mike is a grass. Rob Clark says Mike the grass. Marina Halley says Doug Shack is now the egg shack. Ben Bristow says snitches get stitches. Oliver says the Doug Shack is going to get no bookings now, Mike. Well done. David says, have we got a place we can hide George on transfer deadline day? Okay, fine. Well, we've moved on. Yeah.
Just to confirm, this bloke doesn't work here. He's just got to sat down drinking a pint at a table.
What's his name? Does he want to come on the podcast and say hello? Because we'd rather have him than a grass.
I'll tell you what table he's at.
Yeah, tell us what table he's at.
The only way, on topic, the only way I will say is acceptable to grass is if you see somebody who is a Man United fan in the home end at the week on Wednesday night. If you see them, absolutely grass them to everyone around you and publicly shame. That's acceptable.
Do you know what? I don't mind the idea of a little bit of menace in the air if you're found to be a Man United fan in the home end. That sort of, it's almost like patronising that we're going to, have you in there. We'll be kind. No, get out. Christine's going to come marching over, grab you by your lug hole, and drag you out into the ground, out of the ground. Nathan was from the Rob Ryan Red podcast, who does the Manchester United stuff for the Daily Mail, was talking about how he was threatened in McDonald's, and that's kind of the vibe we need to go for. We want, a kid threatening to take the tyres off the bus as it parks on Harrington Street, as the referee's been given his sort of nameplate, and we need that sort of little kid thing. Vape
table update. There's now 2 of them vaping, and 2 of them are now wearing Man United kits.
Come on, like okay.
Grass them. We've changed.
Now it's acceptable.
Grass down, Mike.
My favourite was
there's a horse in my cabaret suite.
There was somebody on Twitter that had found out that there's someone on Twitter that on Facebook that found out a Man United fan had particular seats in the pontoon that Oliver Johnson has just put up, and so they were saying, look, their barcode's on it, so if you want to get there before them and take their seat, you're more than we can't condone that behaviour. But
this is the worst name and shaming since the Telegraph posted a list of dog insights on its front page.
Did it really?
What issue was that? What issue was that, Youngie, just out of interest?
Doug Shack number 1.
Mike's got a dug insight.
A dug insight, yes.
Hold on, Youngie, was it? I've changed my mic. Does my mic sound okay?
No, you swallowed it.
No, it sounds worse, does it?
No, I can hear you, but you do take 2 steps back.
Okay, check. I was going to ask you, was it a front page sort of
extolling the virtues of, the top 10 dogging sites in Cleethorpes, or was it a sort of expose?
It was billed as an It was billed as an expose. But I do feel that it was more to encourage. To be honest,
in this issue.
John,
you won't believe what's at number 3.
Josh,
Fucking hell, John, I've got no eardrums left, mate.
John, can you just say the buffet is now open?
I was literally going to say that.
Oh shit! I'll whisper.
I can change. No, now try. Oh, fuck off. Why is it going? There we go.
The buffet is now open.
There we go. I've sorted you. You're fine.
Oh,
now some more shiwaddy-waddy.
Mike, we're going to hear some smash glass behind Mike in a minute. We all think Stone Cold is about to enter. Ben said, if you do see anything that doesn't look right, the British Transport Police on 61016 will see it, say it, sorted. Rob says, can you thank the away? John, can you thank the away fans for coming?
Always. I'll thank them because they'll be sat next to me. I was once, this is maybe a good opportunity to talk about the fact that I once voiced a small Chihuahua dog for a private video for Simon Cowell.
Hang on.
This is so layered.
How is this new information we've come across?
That's the
podcast is back. I was slightly worried we'd done like 35 minutes of uninterrupted football analysis, and now we're talking about John being a Chihuahua for Simon.
You did 35 minutes on a game.
Yeah, it's a weird one to jump straight into. Yeah, I was the voice of a Chihuahua called Peter. And
instantly changed your name in my phone to Peter the Chihuahua.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to voice a fundraising video to go to Simon Cowell, and it worked. The guy gave us some money.
Do the voice. Do the voice. The voice. Do the voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make room. John is about to do the voice of a Chihuahua that he did for Simon Cowell over what is, I assume, the tannoy announcer at Cleethorpes train station. John, take it away.
It was just a slightly more sort of excitable me. Hi, Simon. This is Peter. Honestly, it was just boring as that.
Do the noise, John. Do the noise.
There was no noise. Yeah, there you go. But it worked. I mean, I'm not sure Simon will remember it. If he hears my voice, I'm not sure it's going to be that memorable. But
if you do see John at a town game, if you do see John at a town game, please walk up to him and say, "Hi, Pete the Chihuahua."
I also once took Pete the Chihuahua live on Virgin Radio, where the two presenters engaged in a wrestling match, and I had to present the show for 10 minutes with a small Chihuahua on my lap.
I don't really know what to do with this.
No, neither did I, mate. I got paid for this.
So this Pete the Chihuahua thing is like a series, is it?
So I used to work for a dog charity many years ago, and if we were ever on the news, I was the spokesman, and they used to like us taking a dog, and so often it would be last minute, and we had to call who's got a dog in the office, and Pete the Chihuahua was the head of digital's dog. That often came in, so if we needed an emergency dog, Pete the Chihuahua was the one. And I also
how often have you gone through life and thought, you know what I need right now? An emergency dog.
Well, you say this. I've been on.
Why is this not in the office contingency plan? Why have we not planned for this? Was there not a meeting or an email?
Yeah, but you keep ruining it because you think we say dogging. Or dogging. The verb. Oh, my word. So, John, I mean, by the way, if we could afford to put Pete the Chihuahua on the back of a shirt, it would be sorted.
Oh, lovely.
I don't think we can afford it, nor do I think any of us have the ability to spell the word Chihuahua. So it would just be Chihuahua.
There's a lot of H's in there, isn't there? Yeah.
I'd know. I'll know, I.
Hi.
John Paul Calalala Chihuahua.
John Paul Chihuahua Lala.
Would you like a further Manchester United fan vaping update?
Go on.
One of them has now got something which resembles a half and half scarf. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a half and half scarf.
What's the other half?
I don't know. I'm just going to go and have a look in a minute when you do a draw or something.
And get his table number while you're there.
Get his table number.
It's very difficult to explain the layout here. There's chairs and tables in rows.
I'm going to be selling what is similar to a half and half scarf on Wednesday night, but it's actually going to be a 85% 15% scarf. So it's going to be mainly Grimsby Town, and then just a little bit at the bottom that says Manchester United. Really small, 40 quid bargain.
You came up with a great idea yesterday, Alex, about Man United after the game, didn't you?
What was that?
About their data.
Oh yeah, we should just ask them at the end of the game. Just go over to them and say, "Look, you've clearly had experts on us. Can you give us the data so we know where our weaknesses are and we know where our strengths are, and we can use your stuff?" Considering Jim Radcliffe will take 55% of the gate receipt.
Well, he'll probably say yes, you can have it, but you need to throw us a summer staff barbecue and give us sandwiches for lunch every day.
We'll give him some fish. That'll be fine. Joanna's going dark. Joanna's going deep. She goes, "Does it say Manchester United are cunts, Youngie?"
No.
On 15% of a scarf. How big's a scarf?
Yeah.
Just to add to Ben Bristow's point, I know he says it's not. Yes, Haven Spoons is not on the Spoons app, but some of us were at Haven last week and have got the Haven app. It's on there. So come and see your Uncle Youngie. He'll sort you out.
Don't come and see your Uncle Youngie.
Oh, hang on.
Come and see your Uncle Pete the Chihuahua.
Oh. Hi guys, it's Uncle Pete the Chihuahua. You can see why he gave us the money now, right?
Are you,
check his hard drive.
John, me and you sometimes work in the same circles. Are you at the SEI this year? Are you at the large defence show? Because that is information that I should not know before we go. Stop selling stuff. Look, John wants to say something to everybody here. All you military types. Hi. Yeah.
They'll buy anything with a voice like that. They'll buy anything. I promise you. I wasn't going to say anything. I don't think. I think that was my only contribution. I'm sorry. Have you worked out what a half and half is yet, Mike? That's more important.
No. I'll go and look. Fucking hell, there's some more of them. There's hundreds of them.
What, Man United fans? This sounds like Wednesday all over. I've got to ask work for the time off, which is going to be fun. I haven't had a chance to yet. Shall we do the draw for the people that can have the Man United tickets?
Are you going to do the T's and C's in an official way?
Here are the T's and C's. You can't give the tickets to your mates. What the fuck is wrong with you? I literally put it on the terms and conditions. You have to be an 1878 member or a Mariners Trust member. That way we know it's guaranteed to go to someone who is a town fan and who is a town fan that at least contributes in some way to the Grimsby town community. If you already have your ticket and you are a Mariners Trust member, you can't just give it to your mate because he would really like to come. We would quite like these tickets to go to somebody who would really like to go and is a part of the Grimsby town fan community. I hope that helps. Honestly, sub stories talking about Simon Cowell, it was like the X Factor. I don't care. These tickets are for us. Thank you very much to Pete for giving us them to hand out. It's a really kind gesture. There are 2 tickets and we've got everybody on the list. So if your name isn't on it and you sent in, it's because you told me you're giving them to somebody else. So I've taken your name off. There's already 30 people on it. So sorry, not sorry.
It's an FA Cup with Man City, half and half scarf.
Oh, okay. God, that's terrible, isn't it?
From a couple of years ago, yeah.
Hang on, let me just share my
And why do you wear a scarf in the summer?
There's many questions I have. They're pretty low down them, to be honest.
I can make it full screen as well. Can you see it? Here is the wheel generator. So we are going to draw it now. There's not going to be any faffing about. Who cares?
And we're not allowed on this.
No, none of us are on it. we all got our tickets for Dancing for Money and for Sexual Favours at Mike's Dugging Caravan.
Oh, don't start all this. I got mine got some an 1878 match.
Mike did many things, and we would like to thank him for that because it means we all got a ticket. Right. This is for the winner. I will get in contact with you. You've basically got to go and meet Pete at the 3Q offices on the Pie Wipe and grab them off him. But thank you very much for Pete for doing this. Who is going to win 2 tickets to the League Cup game we've got on Wednesday against Manchester United? Let's press the button.
Do filling music.
Oh, it's someone called Matty. I'll have your name on Twitter. But congratulations, you have won the tickets. If you're a wrong un, and we found out you're a wrong un, I'm going to just draw it again, and these will be the second people we would go to if we find you're a wrong un. So you never know, you might still get a chance if Matty is a wrong un.
First name seems a bit sketchy, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And second place is Josh McKevitt. So thank you very much. Congratulations to Matty and to Josh if he's the wrong un. But there you go. And thank you once again for Pete to giving them out. Matty,
Well done,
I'm gonna
Pete.
work out who you are. Where, Matty, what are you on my thing? Da, 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 da. I don't know. You came through to me on WhatsApp. So there we go.
Oh yeah.
Hang about. He's got your WhatsApp number and you don't know who he is.
Look, for some reason, the podcast Facebook account was linked to my phone number, and people kept messaging me asking for Manchester United tickets, and I got scared. But
I thought those years of me writing your number in public toilets had worked.
It clearly has, because I'm exhausted and I got Manchester United tickets out of it. But that is irrelevant because I believe Youngie has an actual proper quiz for us. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
What would
Why
we
we're all
do
here?
now?
Why we're all here?
There we go. I'll pass over to Youngie. By the way, have we not got anything else to say about Accrington Stanley? We're all happy with what we contributed.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. Brilliant. Great. Youngie, take it away.
All right, so this week we played Manchester United. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it is a thing that is happening. So I have come up with 6 different players that have played for both teams. I'm going to give you clues ranging from 5 points to 1 point, and basically the quicker you get it, the more points you get. So I will do it. So, there's 3 of us. There is technically 2 each. So I will start with John today because John is new to the quiz. So, John, I'm going to give you a 5 question, up to 5 questions, and depending on which one you get it on, that's the points you score. Do you understand?
Go for it.
Okay, so for the 5, if this player for the 5-point clue came through the youth ranks at United, but played for 4 clubs until he made his first team debut.
I'd like one more question, I think, please, Youngie.
No problem. He played in League 2, League 1, and the Championship and the Premiership in 4 consecutive seasons.
This is easy.
I think I'm going to take a stab in the dark, and I'm going to go Dean Henderson.
For 4 points, Dean Henderson is correct. The other clues has the honour of playing in the National League North and the Champions League. Played 7 games for Town, none of them under the manager who originally signed him. And the 1 point question has 3 England caps. So you have scored 4 points. Well done. So we will go to Mike. Okay, next.
Hello, I've had a great day. It's great to be here.
Well, great to see you, Mike, as usual, even though I can't currently. So this one. Hi. So for 5 points, played 5 first-team games for United, debuting 05-06 in the League Cup.
Not a clue, mate.
He's played for 12 clubs, which includes spells in Belgium and Canada.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. He signed for Grimsby on a free transfer after a 2-year spell at Bradford.
Is Richie Jones?
Richie Jones for 3 points is correct. Well done,
Oh,
Mike.
he signed for Paul Hurst in the National League, was it?
Yeah, well, the next clue was
Yeah.
he made 6 appearances for the club in the conference, and the 1 point question. He was signed on a monthly rolling contract, but was released after his first month. There you go. So on to Alex. Okay, so we're going back in
Oh,
time.
am I playing? Sorry, I was playing.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're playing absolutely.
Fine.
So this man started his career with Long Eaton before signing for Nottingham Forest in 1977.
So the only thing I know about Long Eaton is it was where Robert Kilroy Silk was thrown milkshake over him when he was part of the UK Independence Party. It was outside the Asda.
I don't think it's him.
Is it Robert Kilroy Silk?
It's a great guess, but no, unfortunately not. I would love to have Kilroy Silk played up front.
He's at the post. He's at the post.
He's in the post.
He was on the right wing, wasn't he?
Yeah. There you go. For 4 points, he played under Brian Clough and won 2 European Cups.
Sorry, what's the quiz again? Are we playing? Did they play for Town and Man U?
Yes, they do. We'll get to that.
Okay, fine. Cool. Who played for Forest and in the set? Gary Birtles?
For 4 points, Gary Birtles is correct.
Yes.
Yeah, well done.
So the other clues were his form led to a £1.25 million move to Manchester United in 1980. He returned to Forest in 1982 for 5 seasons and then spent 1 year at City rivals Notts County. And the 1 point question was he signed for Alan Buckley's Grimsby in 1988 at the age of 32 and became a legend with Town supporters. There you go. So Gary Birtles is correct.
And
The Vapors have gone.
Danny Rose.
gone.
Okay, Danny Rose has worn the number 32 in honour of that ever since. Thank you, Mike. You ruined my joke by talking about Manchester United Vapors.
Sorry.
All right.
The only Vapors we'll see on Wednesday
Yeah.
is fish.
Yeah, vapor. You're slapped by the fish.
So back to John. Okay, this one's. I'm not going to lie, John. This one's a tough one, and if you get this, God bless you. Okay.
Well, they've been easy to know, have they?
That was. I think they've been pretty low ball. I think, but we'll carry on. So, this man was born in America in 1979, but was raised in South Africa before moving to England to become a youth player at Manchester United in the 90s.
Another one, please, Youngie.
Okay. He's the current co-president and general manager of Major League Soccer's LAFC.
Oh, 1979. What was? Sorry, can you just repeat the first?
He was born in 79 in America, but was raised in South Africa before moving to England to become a youth player at Manchester United.
Okay, and he's currently cool. I'll take another question, please.
Yeah, he failed to make a first-team appearance at United and signed for Bayern Leverkusen, where he also failed to make a first-team appearance.
Oh, something's ringing a bell.
John, this guy's list of teams is incredible.
I know who this is.
Give me another one. Yeah, somewhere deep in the back of my mind.
He returned to England. He returned to England to play for Huddersfield in 2001, where he played 70 times in 3 seasons.
Oh God. Yeah, and one more.
This is the final one. He was signed on the last day of the transfer window for Town in 03-04 by Nicky Law, making just 2 appearances before being released in the summer and returning to the States, where he spent 8 years playing in the MLS.
I'm not going to get it. I'm just going to guess Pringle.
That is incorrect.
No.
Mike, you seem to say you know it. So just for the banter, who do you think it is?
I think he's. I don't know. I don't have a clue his first name, but just because the LAFC thing. Is it Thorrington or Wallington or something? It's something
Thorrington
Wallington.
is correct. John Thorrington is correct.
I would never.
I do watch a lot of MLS.
There we go. John Thorrington is the right answer.
Mike.
There you go. So, Mike, you're on next again. Okay, so for 5 points, started his career at Reading and Plymouth before catching the eye of Brian Clough, and signing for Notts Forest in 1985.
No idea.
His form at Forest earned him a move to Manchester United in 1989 for £1.5 million and scored on his debut against Arsenal.
Yeah, still no idea, mate.
He made his debut for England in 1987 and has the honour of being the 1,000th player capped internationally.
Oh, I know this one, yes.
I've probably got another, mate.
He made the 1990 World Cup squad and made an appearance in the fourth place qualifier against Italy.
Nope.
And the final point question is he signed for Town in 96-97 under his old teammate Brian Laws. He made 7 appearances before being released and retiring from the professional game.
Yeah, sorry, mate. You've had me there.
John mentions he thinks he knows it. John?
This is what I was waiting for. Is this Neil Webb?
It is indeed Neil Webb. Absolutely, yeah. Dave Riley just says he was big for Town in capital letters. Big as in round. Absolutely. He filled in midfield. Did Neil Webb. So you've got a chance to win this here, Alex, because if you just get it right in any format, you have won. Okay, so for 5 points, he made his United debut in 96-97, making 2 League Cup appearances.
Michael Appleton.
Michael Appleton is correct. There we go. Michael Appleton is correct.
It was either that or Terry Cook. They're the only 2 people I know.
Do you know what? I didn't even think of Terry Cook. And the other one I didn't think of was Tyrone Warren.
I was just going to say, I thought Tyrone Warren was going to come up in this.
Yeah, absolutely. But the other clues for Michael Appleton but his actual professional debut was this is a good one. His professional debut was in 95-96, playing 4 times in the Intertoto Cup for Wimbledon. There you go. Wow. He signed on loan for Town in 96-97, impressing supporters in a spell where he played 10 games and scoring 3 times. One of them goals came against Manchester City, and then he went on to have a stop-start career due to injuries playing for Preston and West Brom, but he's since established himself as the manager, managing 8 different teams in the Football League. That was your Manchester United Grimsby Town linked quiz. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. That was wonderful, Youngie. Walsall, we played all right. We did a preview. We did a Twitter thing on it, so it's downloadable as a podcast. Do download this. Congratulations to Matty for winning, and we hope you'll enjoy the game. We'll see you all there. Let's hope we make a load of money. So if journalists come up and ask your opinion, 20 quid in the kitty, please, mate, and then I'll give you it. Pay the way, because Jim Radcliffe is not going to give us the money back, is he? He's going to be there counting it out. So thank you all very much.
I've got a game that's going to take 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, what's that? The Golden Snitch.
I've now don't start. I've now left. What table was I at?
I don't fucking know. You didn't tell us. 27.
I'll tell you. No, it wasn't 27, Youngie.
Hang on, what?
Number one.
No.
What's Doug Tharm's number?
There's somebody at 24.
You sat on them.
Yeah.
My table now. I don't know, Mike. What number was it?
Youngie?
It's raining 69 in the chat, so I'll go 69.
No, it was number 87.
Why is that meaningful?
I said, just if anybody was at home playing along, what table's Mike at?
Get the theme tune.
Aaron, I'm not having this. So Joss put up his Michael Appleton thing before Youngie even started.
Yeah, he was predicting that for Neil Webb.
Exactly. Get back in your box. I'm awesome. I know everything. I haven't even got soccer base up or anything. So bring it on, my friend. Bring it on.
My father-in-law's Southern. Do you think he'll want scraps?
I mean, you could fight him if you want.
He has to have scraps. He's in Cleethorpes. Simple as. You've
You
got
won't get him scraps.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, honestly, well done, everybody. Enjoy this week. Don't get too het up about Man United people on social media. I can imagine there's quite a few absolute honkers. So just leave them be and think of all the cash we can make. But there we go. We will do a Marin Halley, you're asking for score predictions. We'll do a proper preview. We've done something with Nathan. It's about 10 minutes long because it took him about 25 minutes to get his system working. We'll speak to you then. Thank you all so much for joining us. We shall see you all awfully shortly. Oh, it doesn't have an outro anymore. What's going on? There we go. Now
You didn't play an intro.
What?
You didn't even play an intro.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life around there. They're going crazy. Hey, they got a penalty here. There'll be fish flying about there. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! A really, really good goal. You can't make it straight like that.